Welcome to the Agile Localization Podcast by Crowdin, where we unpack the strategies and solutions that make localization fast, scalable, and efficient. I'm your host, Stefan Huyghe. Good morning from sunny Texas. We're here for a very special episode of the Agile Localization Podcast by Crowdin with Dorota Pawlak, straight from Amsterdam. It's afternoon for her. And she is a renowned AI for localization consultant and trainer. And she's going to show us some special things in this episode. Going to use this episode to serve as a practical walkthrough of the standout features of the Crowdin platform aimed at localization professionals, project managers, and developers. Anybody really wants to better understand a little bit how Crowdin actually helps the work get the work done a lot better. And rather than talking about Crowdin, we're going to show you some live action shots with real life examples of how it supports multilingual content production, collaboration, automation. Dorota, take it away. Maybe before we get started with the live demo, tell people a little bit more about yourself rather than my really short introduction.
Yes. Hey, hello. Good afternoon from Amsterdam, rainy Amsterdam. So my background is in technical translation and multilingual computing and localization. I started in localization about 15 years ago as a translator, and then I tried many other roles, such as localization tester, localization specialist. I taught at the university in Belgium. It was website localization for some time. And then I created my online courses about localization for translators. I still do it regularly. For example, last year, we created with Crowdin another online course called Mastering Translation AI. And currently I act as localization consultant and trainer for small and medium organizations, also for individuals, helping them on their localization journey. So now it's mainly all about AI. So we try to infuse a healthy dose of AI in their processes. And also, I try to guide them through when it's not really required. That's...
It sounds like we're going to be in very good hands here to do this demo. And people are going to laugh that I keep on inviting Dutch speakers to do this.
Well, I'm Polish.
That's one of your... you're Polish originally, but you do speak Dutch, right? That is the waarheid.
Klopt.
Perfect. All right, let's dive right in. Where do you think we should start? Maybe some AI features. What are some of the key features that Crowdin provides with?
Yes, absolutely. So Crowdin is the full potential of Crowdin is when you start using the AI features, I believe. Of course, you don't have to use the AI features when you use Crowdin, but I think they are super handy and very well made. So first of all, I will just go to the AI tab here. So when you want to start playing around with AI in Crowdin, you need to configure your provider. I have OpenAI here, and this is very simple. You just add your API key. You can also add some advanced settings. So, for example, you could configure the models for every process, such as pre-translate or for the AI in editor. So that's the first thing. Once this is done, you can start maybe with customizing your prompts. So Crowdin has like a centralized prompt library. It's all under AI and then prompts. You can configure your prompts for pre-translation, for AI proofreading, also for QI checks. So let's try to explain those AI features in a kind of linear way. So in a way we would approach a project. So usually we would start from pre-translation, right? This is just a short peek into my pre-translate prompt. So when you use AI model for pre-translation, you want to make sure it's probably a quick model and a model that offers deep reasoning features. So that's why I have here GPT-4. You can play around with these options too. You can go to the advanced advanced mode as well and configure your prompt in here. There's this section about custom placeholder. We will talk about it later. But for now, let's leave it as it is. So once you have your pre-translation prompt ready, you could pre-translate a file with AI. So I have done it already for the Spanish file here in my project, but I will show you that it works, and I will actually go ahead and do it for the German file.
And that pre-translation prompt, that's already preloaded, so to speak.
Yes.
You have to put
yes.
that it's preloaded.
Yeah. So it's there. It's like a default prompt. You can of course customize it, and then when you pre-translate, you can choose whether you want to use translation memory, machine translation, or AI. We are testing AI features, so let's do it with AI. It asks you to choose your prompt again. I'm doing German right now, so let's pre-translate it. It will take some time, so depending on how long your file is, it might take several minutes. That's why I pre-translated my Spanish file already, because I want to show you some.
You thought I had you.
Yes.
I didn't want to sit here for a couple of minutes.
Exactly. It will take about 2 minutes. It's a very short file, but I will go ahead to the Spanish already later. Well, when the German is ready, we will have a look inside too. So the Spanish was translated already with, it was pre-translated with AI. It was just a default, quite general prompt. So let's have a look at 2 strings. I will just switch this view. So let's have a look at 2 strings, how it was translated. So here, new arrivals was translated as novedades. And here, the fabrics, like featuring moisture weakening fabrics, was translated as telas. So theoretically, there's nothing wrong with this translation. You can go ahead and use it. But my customer had a different preference. So here in the translation memory that my customer provided me with, let's have a look how these 2 words are usually translated. So it was fabrics. And for fabrics, they wanted, let's just view, it was tejidos. So it wasn't telas as my pre-translate process showed. And for the second one, which was new arrivals, in my translation memory, I have something else as well. It's recién llegados. So these are the terms from my customer's translation memory. And ideally, I don't want to then go and correct every string that has these 2 items. I want them to be pre-translated with the preferences of my client. So what can I do here to save time and effort? I can start with fine-tuning. So this is when fine-tuning comes in handy. You can feed for the translation memory into your model, so customize it to your needs. It's a very handy. It's a very handy feature. So here again, you can see that I have already tried it. Again, it takes some time. So the first pre-translation I did on that translation memory. Okay, now it disappeared. So that translation memory had about 800 units, as you can see, 868 units, and these were unique translations. So it's very important that when you want to fine-tune your model, you feed the model with data that are unique and high quality. If I go ahead and give my model now 100 translation units, but they are all very short and very repetitive, it will not help me much. So the model will not be exposed to new data, and it won't be able to customize it to my needs. So here, if you want to fine-tune the model with your translation memories, you would select a prompt, you would select a project, and then you will add the translation memory. So that's the translation memory that has over 800 units. You can also specify the date range. That's handy if your translation memory changes very often and you just want to train your model on the recently added units. You can also
That's a great feature, I think, because so often when we work with customers for a decade, there might be changes that happen over time, and this would allow you to switch it just to like the last 6 months or so, if maybe the team has changed there and the new manager prefers plate instead of dish.
Yes. You can also play around with advanced parameters. So you could define your dataset file size. You could also define the epochs number. So it's how many times the fine-tuning, how many times the model will go through all your data. Now, fine-tuning could be a costly process. So when you run it, it's handy to know how much it will cost, right? So in Crowdin, if you want to first see how much it will cost before you actually go ahead and fine-tune your model, you could add here epochs number 1.
Otherwise, it keeps on looping too. Do you have to provide a number there, or
no? You don't have to.
blank?
You don't have to edit those parameters, those advanced parameters at all. I could just leave it as it is and then go ahead and start the fine tuning. I'm just wondering now. 1 second. Yes, I need to change the prompt of my fine tuning. So here's the thing: if you I think it was 3.5 last time. So every model will be more suitable for different processes, right? So sometimes you'll have to play around and see which model gives you better choices. And also for fine-tuning, you can't use all models for fine-tuning. So there are only, for OpenAI, the best choice would be 3.5. That's a fine-tunable model. You can't fine-tune GPT-4. Yet. So now that this is ready.
Fantastic guidance, because that's the kind of thing you only find out, I would think, by using it and seeing what the results.
Yes. And also when you choose your prompt field from the prompt window, it will tell you whether fine-tuning is available or not. So that was the project was here. And translation memory again. So I could just go ahead and start fine-tuning, but then I don't know how much it will cost, right? I want to know first how many credits it will take from my OpenAI budget. If I use here number 1 for epochs number, I could click Start Fine-Tuning, and it will tell me, well, it should tell me how much it will cost. So now it's calculating the approximate price. And where's the price? Yes, it's 61 cents. Yes, so I could proceed, but I have already fine-tuned my model with data before, because again, it takes some time.
Another 61 cents.
No, actually,
or not.
no. I actually spent $3 on fine-tuning for the So all 800 units, it was about $3, and it took 20 minutes. So I don't want to do it again, to wait 20 minutes. So my model is fine-tuned already.
Wouldn't get your coffee at Starbucks, didn't do it?
Yes. So my model is fine-tuned for with the translation memory already. So when I ran pre-translation, it wasn't fine-tuned. And then I fine-tuned it, and I ran pre-translation again in another project, but on the same file. So let me open that file in a new project. So the first one, it was pre-translation without fine-tuning. Second is a pre-translation with fine-tuning. And now let's see how these two strings that I mentioned earlier are translated. So remember, the one was about new arrivals. The second was about fabrics. So now let's see how it's translated now after I fine-tuned my model with the translation memory. So new arrivals now is recién llegados, exactly the term from the translation memory of my client.
Nice.
And the fabrics, in the translation memory, it was tejidas, and I have it, tejidas, and I have it here again. Before fine-tuning, it was different terms. So we can see that fine-tuning can really save some time and use exactly the terms, phrases that we have saved in our translation memory. So this is the first, let's say, process that you can run in Crowdin with AI. Now, the second step, when you already pre-translate, or maybe you don't pre-translate, but you want to use AI in another step of your project, is that you can use it for proofreading. So AI Crowdin has this feature called AI Proofreader. To test the AI Proofreader, we will use the Spanish translation again. So once your AI proofreader prompt is all set up, you can go ahead, click on the tasks, create the task. You name it as a proofreading, and you need to choose your own proofreaders. You choose the language and the file, and you will need to assign your proofreading to the AI proofreader. Once you create the task, it will go to the to-do column. I will move it to the in progress section. Once the task is complete, we will see it in the done section over here. It might take some time, so let's just wait a little bit. Now, once it's ready, we see it in the done section. So let's go ahead and have a look at the file and see what changes the AI proofreader introduced to our translation. So it's set up in the way that whenever there's an issue, it will leave a comment, and we can see that comment here already. So I will go to the comment section, and as you can see, the AI proofreader is telling me that it wasn't the correct translation, what I had. So I set for the name here, I only had porque. So the AI proofreader suggested a correct translation. The same in the next string. So today's tasks wasn't translated correctly either. And the AI proofreader gives me a suggestion. So it's not only a comment, but it also puts the right translation in the editor. These are the two changes that the AI proofreader introduced to my file. So this could be a handy option if you want to add an extra layer before you invite the reviewers to your project, for example. It makes the work maybe a bit easier for them. And well, the AI proofreader can repair some obvious issues. And there's another handy feature when it comes to fine-tuning. There's this app called Continuous Fine-Tuning. So it will automatically update your model with new it will automatically fine-tune it when there are new segments in your translation memory, for example. So you could specify that you want to have your model continuously updated with new translation memory strings, for example. That's a very handy app as well.
Is that retroactive?
No, it will be applied to the new project.
Yeah.
So for AI-powered QA settings, again, you can customize your prompt. Which is under AI, and then you go to the prompts. And here, there's the default QA prompt, but you can customize it. You can change a model. You can go ahead and add several new lines to your QA step. So here for the QA, we have accuracy, fluency, terminology. So the model will go through all these checks to make sure your translation matches the criteria. So we have the model. All right. And now let's activate a QA check in one of the projects. So we'll go to the mobile strings again. This time we'll go to the Polish one. So if you want to use QA, AI QA checks in your projects, all you have to do is go to the settings, then QA checks, and then you go down to the AI-powered checks. And now when you translate, every time there's a new translation in your file, the AI will check for quality issues based on the prompt we've just seen. So now let's have a look at this file. There are a few issues. So for example, here we have spelled, there's a spelling mistake, but that's a very, we don't need AI for that. So if you want to see what are those AI-powered checks, how they work in action, you can go to the filter, as I just did, and go to QA and then AI-powered checks. And here the AI detected one issue. So it's not just a simple spell check or punctuation. This is a mistranslation. So a regular QA wouldn't detect it. It would only tell you, I know, there's a double space, there's a comma in the wrong place, or there's a typo. But with this AI-powered check, we have a little bit more information. It's like an extra QA layer we can add before sending the file to the linguist, or maybe after, preferably before. So here we have information that it was mistranslation, so it's a sign up and it was translated as logout. So this is how you can see what the AI-powered checks did to your project. Another way to see what actually how those AI checks work in your projects is if you go to reports, and this is also an app. It's called QA Issues Report. If you install it, you will have this extra tab under reports. And then when I want to check those issues for my Polish file, here I can also see another category, which is AI-powered check. And again, it's the same issue with the mistranslation. And all those other checks are the standard QA checks.
Yeah.
So this is just a quick overview of how AI-powered QA check works. And well, it does find different issues than the regular quality feature. So these are like the three core processes when you want to when you could use AI to boost your project a bit. So it's like a pre-translation, fine-tuning, and AI proofreader. If you set up everything correctly, your preferences and your prompts, it should help ensure more accuracy and help you detect any QA problems.
You were going to tell us about the custom placeholder too.
Yes, we can do it. Yes, of course. So custom placeholders are very handy, especially if you use the same prompt in many projects. And sometimes some items in your prompts may change. For example, you have a style guide and you want the model to use the style guide as a reference in your pre-translation or in your proofreading. So then you can add a style guide to your prompt. But it might happen that your style guide changes at some point. You don't want to go back and paste that new bit of information to every single prompt that uses that style guide. So that's where custom placeholders are handy. You would find them under AI settings, and then you scroll down and you will see custom placeholders for AI prompts. I have a style guide here. So if you want to create one, you just click Add Custom Placeholder. You give it a name, you can describe it, and here you enter the value. So these are all the information about my brand. So what kind of translation, what kind of style they prefer, for example, and all the other information about the tone of voice or my target clients, my target audience. Now, if that style guide changes, I don't have to change my prompt. So this is the prompt. Let's say I use it for pre-translation. And if I go to the advanced mode, you will see here's my custom placeholder, which is style guide. So these are kind of system placeholders that you can easily add in your prompts, such as you would search language or target language. If you use the same prompt for many language combinations, you don't want to put here the language. You only put the placeholder so that you can use the same prompt in several projects. Now I could add here number 12, which is follow the style guide, and use my placeholder. And when my style guide changes, I don't have to copy paste anything to my 100 my 100 projects. I can. It will just. I only update the value, and for the new projects, the new style guide will be applied. For the new pre-translation, it will take my new value into account. So that's why custom placeholders might come in handy.
You could think of all kinds of advantages.
Yes.
You might even have a particular style guide for a department or a particular project, or might be all kinds of customization. One of the things that I was thinking about was the Figma integration as well. That's a really interesting feature.
Yeah, sure. So you have a Figma project. First, you would have to add this plugin, Crowdin for Figma. And once you install it, you would also have to provide your API for Crowdin here, and add the project where you want to send your strings from Figma. So I have already chosen here this project that will be from my Figma files, and then it's very simple. You just clicked on the text frame that you want to send to Crowdin. You hit on the plugin name, Crowdin for Figma. You hit the plus icon, and then you can add the string. You can also specify the other settings, such as send screenshots. So then the linguist will have more context. You hit submit, and it automatically sends this string to your Crowdin project. So with this string, I can open it in Crowdin to see my string from Figma. It appears here, and then once I translate it, so which string was it? It was that one. So once it's translated, it will go back to Figma, and I will be able to see it in my design. So here are the strings from Figma. Some of them are translated already. So let's say I want to translate this. Just to make it quicker, I will use the AI assistant suggestions. Once I save it, it will go back to Figma automatically. And then I will be able to see my string on my design. So it was about building. This was the string I've sent. Just double check. Build your own string. Yes, your own theme library. So here, if I want to see this now translated into Polish, I would go again to that window, Crowdin for Figma. There was my token, and I want to preview in the current page, and I will choose the language as well. And then this is the string that was translated in Crowdin. It appears here. So I can automatically see that, for example, it's too long, right? So I would ask maybe my linguist to keep it shorter. So with Figma integration, you can automatically send strings to Crowdin for linguists to translate it. Once that string is ready, it goes back to Figma, so you can have it in your design. You can have the strings, you can have your design localized before even it goes to developers, for example.
Super practical. Do you have any other hidden gems that you can share?
Yeah, there are many great features in Crowdin that you can use depending on your role. So something else will be useful for developers, something else for linguists, something else for project managers. So let's say from the perspective of linguist or translator, what I really love is the video preview feature. So when you translate subtitles, you don't want to constantly switch between the video that you are translating and your translation editor. So for this, Crowdin has a good solution, which is that you can add the video to your editor, and when you translate the subtitles, you will see it there. So let me show you how it works. I will just open the project with my subtitles. Here. So to see the video in your editor, you have to add another app from the store, and that app is called Video Preview. And when you create a project, you go to Tools, you choose that Video Preview. You will be able to add the link to the video here. So you can either add a link to the YouTube or Vimeo or any other URL address. So I have added here, my video to avoid any copyright issues. And when I go ahead and translate it.
That's an SRT file, so that has subtitles.
Yes, yes. And what's handy is that I don't have to manually search through the file, through my video file, because if I move between the strings here, this video will move with me. So if I go, for example, here, it will show me this part in my video as well. If I want to translate this string, it brings me there too. So I can see the context immediately. So it's very handy for when you translate subtitles and when you want to really see the context. So this could be a handy feature for linguists. There's another great feature. It's another feature from the App Store. So it's called Context Evaluation Report, which could be useful when you translate UI strings. So let's say you're a project manager or developer and you want to send the strings to your linguist, but you want to make sure there's enough context provided. You could add this app, Context Evaluation Report. It will be accessible under Reports. You hit on it, and then it will assess whether there's enough context provided. Again, we have to go back to the prompts. Let me go there from another window. So it uses AI to assess whether all the strings have enough context for translators, such as if there's enough screenshots. Context evaluation here. Here's the context evaluation prompt. So I want to enable it again. Yes, now it's enabled. And then I want to run this context evaluation report to make sure my string has enough, my file has enough context for the translator. So I will choose the file and I will generate the report. And by using this app, you can save time and effort later. Let's say you didn't provide enough context, then your linguist will keep coming back to you and asking for, I don't know, a screenshot or comments or any other explanations. So this app will tell me if the strings are clear for the translators.
This is really more meant for a project manager or somebody that's managing a project internally. Very interesting.
Yes. It usually takes quicker than that.
Yeah. They can be probably taking up some bandwidth with our reporting here.
Also,
that's probably what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So it worked. And here we can see from the report that there's only one string with insufficient context. So as a project manager or developer, I would go to that string here. It tells me that the string lock position lacks sufficient context. So we don't know if it's a button label or is it a navigation or design feature. So this is a handy report. So now as a developer or project manager, I can go to that string and add extra context from my linguist.
That's awesome. What's the most valuable Crowdin feature for you? The one that if you had to pick one feature, what's your favorite most valuable Crowdin feature?
It's difficult to choose one, but I definitely like the store. So any feature you think you need, you can find it in the App Store. So if you just started using Crowdin, for example, you are wondering how to use all those handy AI features, you just go to the store and write AI, and then you will see all the AI features you can add to your platform. So I definitely like fine-tuning feature. I like the automated QA features. The video preview is handy. The context evaluation report I've just showed you is very well. It could be quite practical as well. But you don't have to use AI to make the best of what Crowdin offers. So like with the video preview, right? So depending on your project, you can choose the app or integration that works best for your scenario, and you will always find a way to boost your localization processes a bit.
I believe there's over 600 apps right now.
Yes. There's one new app I have just discovered. I think it's a new app just added recently. It's a vector memory. I've installed it already, but I haven't tested thoroughly yet. So here you can connect your AI model to the vector database. So it kind of gives you more context for your translation. So there's always something handy, although there's always something new you can add to customize your project and to customize your platform to your projects.
Good. Well, thank you very much, Dorota. And
thank you.
We look forward to seeing new updates in the future. Maybe we'll call you in for a second session when we have a bunch more tricks to show in Crowdin. Thank you so very much for talking to us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, folks, that's a wrap on today's episode of the Agile Localization Podcast by Crowdin. We hope you found it as insightful as we did. If you enjoyed today's conversation and want to learn more about how leading companies are managing their multilingual content efficiently, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Thank you for tuning in. For more resources on how to streamline your localization process, visit crowdin.com. See you next time.